Please click the subscribe button and the notification icon. It will help us a lot.
Well, one important thing to point out is that the episodes are a lot of the episodes are made at essentially at the same time. So when you're working on one part of the process, another part of the process is going. You can have teams working on multiple episodes at a time, and so on and so forth. So the time that it takes to do one episode is fairly lengthy, but you also have generally lots of people working on it, and a staggered schedule that allows all of them to be hit at the same time. And so this amount of time is going to sound like a lot, but really because of the fact that we're working with that staggered schedule, it's not that crazy. But when we receive the scripts, we have first we go through what's called pre-board designs, which is any new designs that appear, any new environments that appear, and stuff like that. We do a quick rough design pass of all those things so that we can start storyboarding, and that's an important part of the process because after we've kind of figured those things out and laid them out and stuff, we can't make major changes without having to go back and reboard certain things, especially when it comes to the environments. But we go through that initial design phase, and that goes into storyboarding and animatics. And the storyboard and animatics process, from beginning to end, we have a pretty, for a single episode, there is about I think it's 14-week or so period where we can work on it. But that doesn't mean we're constantly working on it because we're hopping between other episodes. A lot of the time what we would do is we work on an episode, get that to a point where we can ship it for review. We work on another episode and get that to a point while notes are happening, and we go back and revise things and start cleaning them up, and we kind of hop back and forth between episodes that way. So it's not kind of like a constant amount of work that we're doing to do that. It's just we're kind of jumping back and forth. And at a certain point, we have to cut things off and allow the environments to be designed and the character models and all that kind of stuff to happen in conjunction with finalizing the storyboards. After the animatic and the storyboards and all that kind of stuff has been taken care of, we put together the package that is for animation to begin. So we work with an overseas studio, MUA Film, that has helped us out with doing, they've been our animation partner on this project. One of the unique things with Powerhouse, though, is that while we've been working with them to do the bulk work on the animation, we've also provided key animation and rough animation for important scenes throughout the first season. So we actually have done a considerable amount of work to make sure that things move the way that we want them, to make sure certain shots, certain expressions, and etc. come back the way that we want. The actual animation process, oh geez, how long is that generally? A single episode from beginning to end is probably, I think, about 5 months or so. Keeping in mind, of course, like I said, there is a staggered schedule. They do their layouts first. The layout team moves on to, there's, I think, two teams that they stagger back and forth between. After the layout team A is done, they move on to the third episode, and Team B is on the second episode, and after they're done, they move on to the fourth episode, and that's how they're able to move fairly quickly through these things. But like I said, a single episode from beginning to end It takes about 5 months. You start a good chunk of that, about a month and a half, is spent doing retakes and doing the final polish. Oh, actually, it's about 2 months. So there's 3 months of the actual animation, about a month of retakes, and then a final polish. You know, one of the that final polish is another thing that Powerhouse does that you don't see a whole lot in certain other American productions. What we do there is we actually do quite a bit of post-production work on the scenes. We basically redo the compositing in order to apply, in-depth lighting effects, particle effects. We a lot of time tweak backgrounds, sometimes completely repaint backgrounds that we want to improve, and even go so far as to reanimate scenes, reanimate effects, and we went and did hundreds of shots of model fixes. So we went through, entire scenes of animation where we were like, this is a little bit off. Let's go in here and tweak that, and polished all of the animation in that regard. So we were very involved with the whole process of animation, because we have the artists that can do that stuff,